Hi guys, welcome to my channel Final Beauty, or welcome back. I'm Debbie if you don't know me. For today's video we're going to do a classic pink Valentine's look. So candy pinks, maybe a bit of red thrown in, nothing revolutionary but the perfect makeup for this time of year. Thought you guys might want a little bit of inspiration of a look that's not quite so dramatic. I've done a dramatic look with the Give Me Go Bad Witch Club. I will link that if you've not seen it. But this is going to be the total opposite of that. It's going to be a lot more airy and pink and bright. And we're going to be using the Royal Rose palette from Cosmic Brushes. So today is the launch day for the Muse palette from Cosmic Brushes. I'm waiting nervously to see whether I'm going to be able to pick that up at 5 PM. And I've got the day off today, so I thought I would film with this beautiful palette to keep me occupied while I nervously wait for that one. I don't know if you guys are the same. It's always nervous times if there's a palette you really want, and that one looks beautiful. But this is gorgeous. Not many people talk about this one so much because it is their first palette. It came out before the Serenity, which I already have as well. I thought some of you might be picking this one up if you pick up the Muse as well, so might give you some inspo of something you could do with this palette. So without further ado, I'll scoot you in and we'll get started. We'll do cheeks and eyes together, and then I'll come back on camera with the finished look with lips. So let's just scoot you in and get started. Okay, I'll scoot you in nice and close. We're going to do cheeks first. I'm going to use Hourglass Sublime Flush first. This is such a reflective packaging. And the reason I want to use that is it's just the perfect pink to sort of orangey tone. It's candy, it's beautiful, and it's quite subtle, I think, for me anyway, because I love a vibrant pigmented blush, but I'm going to go in heavy handed with it like I always do anyway, so it will show up quite popping, I think. But just want to really flush the cheeks with that and get a nice candy sort of tone going. But it is super pretty. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it. I love Hourglass face products. I think they make some of the best, but some of the most expensive as well. But it seamlessly sort of blends onto the cheeks, and it's such a beautiful colour. So as I say, I really want to do something that's a lot more romantic, but still bright. Candy pinks, as I say, a bit of red in it, but predominantly pinks. Whenever I've done Valentine looks in the past, I've always used red as kind of the focus. So I've never really done one that's more so pink. So quite excited to do that today. For my highlight today, I'm going in with Pat McGrath Labs one, and this is Divine Rose, pulling out everything that's pink and beautiful. This one's pink but got a sort of gold shift to it. I think it'll be perfect for what I'm wanting with the eye look, and it's quite a smooth highlight, which is what I've been going for just lately. I'm just kind of layering that over the blush as well. Okay, so cheeks are done. I've got a bit of shape and dimension to the face, which is always nice. Okay, so for this eye look then, I want to make Dreamer the focus of it, but I want to mix that with Valentine. This is such a beautiful kind of candy apple red shade. It's gorgeous. So those are going to be my two main colours. I might deepen up as well with the shade Romance, but not too much, because I want to keep this a bit more lighter of a look than I normally do. So I'm going to prime with the Sigma eyeshadow base. Mine's in the shade Persuade. I'm not going in with a white base today. Thought I'd just use a bit more of a neutral base. I surely can't be far from finishing this eyeshadow primer. I feel like I've had it for years and years now, and there still seems to be quite a lot left. So if you're in the market for an eyeshadow primer and you want it to last for a long time, can thoroughly recommend that one. They do this one, which I think is very similar to Painterly by MAC, similar consistency to the MAC paint pot, and they do one in the shade Ignite, which is like the soft ochre paint pot, so just an alternative to those. So we're going to start with the shade Dreamer then, and we're going to take that on the outer part of the eye. Thought I'd use my Cosmic Brushes brushes. These are awesome, really enjoying these since I picked them up with the Serenity. This shade will probably stain them though, that's the only thing. But I'm packing that down in that outer corner. Such a pretty candy shade. Probably going to take that to about halfway, and it's going over the lids as well, because I'm going to use a topper shade on the lid. So I want a bit of vibrancy underneath, so that, see, that's the point of a topper shade, is that it tops something, so you need something underneath. So we're going quite high up. At the moment I'm just packing to get maximum payoff, not worrying about blending, and I want to go about as I say, halfway across my eye. I haven't done a eyeshadow look that's quite so vibrant as this in a while. I feel like I was doing Halloween looks, then I was doing Christmas looks, and I haven't done much filming since, but it's nice to mix things up. I like all sorts of types of makeup. Probably doing a lot more muted makeup than I've ever done. So, did you guys see the Odin's Eye collection that's come out? The one I'm gravitating towards, funnily enough, is not the bright one that Betty Jean has brought out, but it's the one from Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun, the one with the greens and purples, because it's like a muted colour story. And I'm kind of about that just lately. She says, slapping the most vibrant pink ever all over her eyes, but this is a beautiful colour, as you can see. I'm not going to put it onto the lower lash line, as I say, because I want to do something different with the lower lash line. I'm just going to blend that out with a natural hairbrush, because I think that works better for me than one that's synthetic. I'm going to just dip into the shade Dusk in the palette, which is this one here. A bit lighter, a bit more muted in tone, just to help with that blend, but I'm not taking too much of that because I don't want to change the colour of the look as such. But we're taking that nice and high, as I say. And this outer kind of corner, I'm going to work to really kind of blend this out so that it almost diffuses into my highlight and blush. Been loving that just lately. And then on the inner part of my crease and my lids here, I'm going to go in with Valentine, this one here, using my Sigma Exact Blend E32 to do that. But can you see the tones of that? It's such a beautiful candy apple kind of shade. It's stunning. So taking that and packing it all over the inner part of the lid and up into my crease. Trying to get that as opaque as possible before we start blending the edges. But that is pretty opaque. Their shadows are just incredible quality. This palette was £30 when it first came out, but it's on sale on their site for £18 like the others. And even for £30 it would be a bargain. I mean, I wouldn't complain if it was £40 or £50 for this quality, if I'm honest with you, but it's great that they are so affordable. So this one now is 18, as is the Serenity and the Muse will be as well. And they're interesting colour stories because they've got a kind of overall theme, but then there's pops that you just don't expect to be in there, and it just makes them so much more versatile. I'm just going to take the brush that we use for blending, but I'm not putting any additional product on it, and I just want to just work on diffusing this inner part here. I want to get a touch of depth in the crease, but not so much in the outer corner, so I'm going to go in with Romance now and a skinny blending brush and just work that into the crease a little bit, just to give us a little bit of definition there. Just going to take my time to just build that up in the crease. Just helps to define the eye socket a bit more. And these shades all layer really well on one another. Sometimes I would want to go in with my deepest shade to do something like this, but these layer really, really well. And it is actually easier, I think, to go lightest to darkest if you're not very good at blending like me. If the shades will allow, you know, if they're strong enough in pigment like these are. I hope that that's just given us, as I say, just that little bit of depth, shade and dimension. For my topper shade, I'm going to go in with Royal Rose, this one over here. Don't think I'm going to use glitter glue today. I'm going to pack it on the brush and spray it because I'm going over these mattes. I don't want to move the mattes around too much. So I'm going to use a Moon Dust brush from Urban Decay, pack Royal Rose onto the brush, and then we're going to spray it. I'm going to layer that over the top, just kind of in the centre where the two colours have met. It's almost like a halo eye, but not. So I'm just sticking just to this centre portion and just tapping it on. Quite a flaky shade, so it's definitely benefiting from being sprayed, and probably would benefit from glitter glue. But as I said, I just didn't want to move the shadows underneath around too much, which can happen if you put glitter glue over the top of a matte. but it is working fine just with some Fix Plus. As I say, it's subtle, it just gives us that little sparkle on the lid. From a waterline, going in with White Core by LH Cosmetics in Nauberg. And then I want a shimmery lower lash line, so we're going to go in with Enchanted, which is this one up here. Taking that onto a small Cosmic Brushes brush, which is the CB5, and spraying it. I'm going to pack that really close to the lashes. Just for a little pop of red there. A little bit of a nod to Valentine's Day. For my inner corner, I'm just going to go with this shade Champagne, just to give us a little glint in that inner corner. Okay, so that's the look to this point, super simple. Just going to hop off camera for the finishing touches, liner, mascara and a lip, and I'll be back with you to show you the finished look. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. It's really bright and vibrant and pink and girly. Not the kind of thing I do too often, but I think it's perfect for Valentine's Day. So I finished it off with my Illamasqua gel liner as usual and Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I've got a Perfectionist lip liner from Melt to line my lips. This one's in the shade Esperanza. And then for lips today, I've gone in with one of their glitter lipsticks from the Amore Mariposas collection. This one's Individable. Or Undividable. Undividable. So yeah, that's the finished look. Really enjoyed playing with that palette again. I've dipped into it for a couple of shades over Christmas, but I hadn't really based a full look around it. And it's just so beautiful, and their shadows are so easy to work with and so pigmented, as you can see. And there's just so many different colour combinations in here. I mean, it lends itself very well to being a Valentine's palette, but there's so much more that you could do with it. So I really want to play with that turquoisey shade next time, and maybe the purple, which is a really rich, vibrant purple. Just beautiful. So yeah, really enjoyed playing with this one and creating a Valentine's appropriate look for you guys. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you might consider doing so on your way out. But other than that, guys, I hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.